Well, welcome to the Lunar Show. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lonnie Campos, and tonight we have a great actor. He's also the son of the great Martin Sheen and the older brother of Charlie Sheen. You might remember him as Andrew, the athletic guy in The Breakfast Club. This is a scene with him and four students on detention at a high school dancing to an upbeat 80s music. Let's see if you guys remember this. Roll it.
No! Yeah, you are.
And guys, this is why marijuana should be legal. Yeah. Please welcome the great Emilio Estevez. How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Wow, what a classic. Oh my God, so 80s. It's been exactly 30 years on March 24th. Did you even remember that scene? Did you smoke pot before the dancing?
Actually, that's probably one of the best moments of my life, just working with those actors and actresses. They're just some of the best. And no, we actually didn't smoke real pot. Sorry to bust your bubble, but yeah, I didn't even actually know it would become a cult classic for teenagers everywhere, but it just did, so.
In fact, there's a scene though that I think it touched you a little bit when your character, Andrew, was talking to the guys around on the floor, and he was explaining about how he bullied Larry and then celebrated his action and then regretted it and then started to cry. Do you think that was scripted though?
Well, our director, John Hughes, said to follow it as closely as we could, but we could ad-lib here and there. And you know, I just felt that Andrew's character, his father wanted him to be the jock that he wasn't in high school, and he forced that upon Andrew. And you know, Andrew didn't want to be that guy. He wanted to be his own person.
By the way, talking about that scene, do you think that scene affected the relationship between you and your father, and especially with Charlie at that time and at the time he was in drugs?
Well, you know, me and Charlie are brothers. You know, we're bound to be fighting and doing all this other stuff, but you know, at the end of the day, we're still family. And you know, my father and me, we're close as can be. And, you know, it just proves that, you know, we have to stick together as a family in the end.
You also wrote, directed, and acted in Bobby in 2006 about Robert F. Kennedy's assassination. And you were about to be broke, but the movie went well. I mean, what experience do you remember about it?
Well, you know, I just needed to get away from it. And, you know, I talked to Charlie about it, and, you know, I just left. I went 150 miles north of where we were filming, and I just stayed in a motel. And I ended up talking to the front desk woman, and she remembers that exact day. She was actually in the banquet hall at that motel. And, you know, it just brings a sort of realness to the situation that was his assassination.
What about your projects in the future? What do you expect about Hollywood today?
Well, you know, I really don't have any projects as an actor, but as a writer and director, I'm coming out with a couple of pieces. And, you know, they're in the developmental stages, but they're still coming out. And I hope that people who know understand this. And as for Hollywood, you know, it gives people like fame as quick as it can take it away.
Well, thank you, Emilio Estevez, for this amazing interview.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back with more. My name is Lonnie. See you then.